Hi, I'm Jareth. I'm the general manager of Homestead Road.
And I'm Danielle. I'm one of the real estate agents, and I will be the one listing this house and putting it on the market.
So what we're gonna do today, we just got this property. We just found out about an hour ago that we got the keys. So we're gonna take you through our initial walkthrough. It's the first time we've ever seen it, so you guys get to see it just like through our eyes. First time, we've never been through it. We'll walk you through what we look for and through this entire process. So let's go take a look, see what we got. And we got a lot of cleanup out here. This is only in the front. I can only imagine what the back's like. So the nice thing, this is on a river.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting.
Detached 2-car garage.
Oh, okay. Where's the front door? This way? Side door, front door?
Ooh. Try this door first.
We should probably put a railing here. It's only a 10-foot drop, no big deal. I mean, it's a good sized kitchen.
Yeah. Stainless steel appliances. I mean, they need to be cleaned, but looks like they're working.
It's a little bit of an odor. It's very brave. The #1 rule in flipping is you never open a refrigerator. It's the #1 rule, especially if it's in the basement or in the garage. I mean, overall, it's pretty, I mean, it needs some cleanup.
Yeah. Windows for natural light.
We'll have
Good
to,
size
as we walk through this one, I know we're always fine. As we walk through this one, we're gonna try to decide if it's a project that we think is worth taking on. It's right at the top of our price point. So usually if we're gonna do, full kitchen, full remodel, bathrooms, everything like that, that price really starts to get up there. And we really like to stay in that first time home buyer affordability type price range. So as we're walking through, that's kind of what we're getting an idea for. Something like this, the kitchen's fully functional. It's got nice, relatively new appliances. It might not be worth it to the end buyer, the consumer, to flip this property. Mm-hmm. Whereas we can come in, see if there's some big ticket items that we can take care of, make sure it's completely livable, really stay on kind of like what we call a micro flip, where we just make sure there's very safe, comfortable, nice home to kind of move into. And then they can do their own type of remodel and project as they get in here. Some of the big things already, I mean, you can see like these windows are all new. It does have a little bit of an odor to it, so we got to figure out what's going on there. And the kitchen's got a good size. It's very usable, very functional. So we'll look as we're going through on what we think. That's kind of what we're at. We're just right on that edge of trying to decide what we're going to do with it.
And sometimes it's nicer to keep it at that lower price point, just in case if the future buyers do want to do their own customization, they're able to do it, rather than if we did the whole thing. We may pick the white cabinets, the quartz white countertops, yeah, exactly. The white backsplash, and somebody may not prefer that. So
yeah, exactly.
Let's keep looking.
So we got hardwood. Again, it's
So dining room, slider glass door.
No deck, no anything. It's not the newest slider. Mm-hmm. It probably needs to get addressed. I mean, it's a great view if we cleaned up some of that out there. I mean, that's one of the obviously key selling features of this property is it's right on the river. So the river is in your backyard. So great views. We got keys.
And we can decide at the end too, like if we keep it, as it the way it is. If we want to just clean up the backyard, we can do that as well.
It's a big window. It's relatively new at some point. It's not the original. Paneling. It's always a nightmare to have paneling because you never know what's behind it. So it's almost, I mean, this is in good shape. I'm assuming it's fine. But once this isn't 1980, so most people don't like paneling. So once you start taking it off, you just don't know what the condition of the walls are behind it. You can open up a can of worms. But this luckily is in really good shape. There's no water staining. It's hardwood floor, so something as simple as getting a sander in here, refinishing floors really changes how this room would look. Peel some wallpaper, get rid of the paneling, paint. Again, big ticket items like the windows, newer windows are big. So
and also just getting rid of all the furniture in here, like all the belongings and things like that. It'll look much larger in here.
Mm-hmm. We got some really old school. Don't recommend drinking that. Oh, so here's the front door. We found it. I don't think it's been used in 10 years. Nice. Well, that deck needs to be replaced. It's got newer soffit. Shut. That's nice.
What does this door lead to? Oh, it's just a walk through to the other side.
Should we go through it?
Sure.
So you could actually have a pretty nice coat closet if you want it.
All right, so this is the kitchen, and then bedrooms are back here.
So we got 3 bedrooms and 1 bath. Another nice thing too, not just the 3 bedrooms, but the access is all on 1 level. I'm assuming that's why they use that, because there's no stairs to get up into it. It's all just flat. These windows are not any better.
Light is not working in here.
It's a good sized room though, assuming this is the biggest room. Probably the primary. And we still got hardwood under here. So a little pet staining, that's predominantly this smell. So all the windows back here, all the windows back here are original. So we got a few that we would have to replace. But I mean, could reglaze them. Seams are a little rough.
And is there hardwood in these bedrooms?
Well, most likely. I'm gonna pull up a corner back here. Going in. Yeah, there is. Yeah.
That's nice. Then we can pull all the carpet.
Yeah, that'll help with the smell. It's just musty. Viewers at home can't smell. That's the fun of a flip. Just new smells you get to encounter. All right, so there's no actual shower that's plumbed in, so that's a bit of work. Again, this window's rough, and there is no fan. You technically don't need a fan because there is a window. However, this is Minnesota, so not very many people like to shower in the middle of the winter with a window open. And that could be causing some of this musty, mildewy smell as well.
It's just a closet in there.
So.
All right.
Basement down this way?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. These are just styrofoam. All right, it's clearly water down here, as to be expected.
Oh yeah.
So there's definitely water, and the concrete is heaving.
This fridge I will not open.
Do not open that chest either. So it's a walkout, which is positive.
Yeah.
That's about all that's positive down here.
Yeah, a lot of work down here.
Wood burning stove, it's not operable. I mean, that block isn't wet. So we're always looking at foundation walls, block like this along the bottom edges. This is interior wall, so it's obviously not wet, but that back wall, it's not seeing too much signs of water, which is good and bad. There's clearly water down here, so we got to find out where it's coming from. It's not coming from the walls, sometimes it's coming up from drains. That back door obviously doesn't look great. Or it's coming straight up underneath from hydrostatic pressure, which isn't great. That's, furnace is not the worst.
Let's see what's over here.
Yeah, it's like a labyrinth down
Looks
here.
like there is a bathroom.
Okay.
So, laundry room,
Laundry room, bathroom, but no bedroom down here.
bathroom.
Just a powder, oh, it is shower. Interesting.
I mean, this is sheetrock, so. In the shower.
With a garden hose as a drain. I'm just going on a limb and say it's not permitted.
I would assume so.
Look at That's nice.
So we have 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 bath upstairs. We cannot count that one.
And that's
But you can make it your own down here.
depends on if you have a bath or a bedroom down here. It's nice to have that extra bath with the 3 bedrooms, but this has to be way more livable to make it actually usable.
I mean, once there's a lot of space, you can make it your own. All right, should we go look outside?
Look, there's one little room back here too. I still haven't seen, I'm assuming this is on well out here, but I haven't seen it. So we're city water, which would be a huge win. City water, city septic. Yeah, again, I mean, I don't see a lot of evidence of water coming in on the walls. So it's positive. Let's go check around. We'll be able to see what's going on. That's the only one right there. So maybe, I mean, that to me looks like something backed up at some point, and it just never really got cleaned up and taken care of.
Anything back there?
Yeah, so here's the water heater. Cobwebs everywhere. Water heater, water softener. Giant spiders. Relatively new. So with a property like this, I mean, cleanup alone, you're probably looking close to 10 grand just to clean it and get it empty.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in here.
And we're not even talking about yard cleanup.
The windows boarded up.
Yeah, so that's what I was looking at upstairs. So you've got a couple new windows. This one's new-ish, but it's in pretty rough shape. So you need a new slider, you need new windows. And at some point it gets to the point where, you know, just to do the safety issues, we're probably going to be safety, cleanup, exterior, putting in a new deck. I mean, we're gonna be 40 grand just to make it safe. So at that point then, do we continue, put in the extra 40, 50, and make it all brand new? That's what you'll have to decide. That's not my department, that's for you to decide. Or do we let another investor, another homeowner that wants to, I mean, there's a lot of new construction. We saw a tear down back infill on the way in here. So maybe the lot's more desirable and someone will tear it down and build their own. So that's another option too. So maybe we just call around, see if there's any other investors that are looking in this area.
I mean, I think so far, looking at the house, I mean, the location, it's right on the river. I think this would be a good investor project as well. So keeping it open to them. I mean, it might go quickly. You have the downstairs that you can add, you know, customize it to whatever you want. You have the bathroom that was started. Obviously, permits need to be pulled and you need to make it safe and usable. But I do think, you know, this could go to an investor.
Yeah. I mean,
The hard part is though, the main floor is nice. I mean, you have
it's a pretty large layout too.
You have a usable kitchen, you have the bathroom, could use a little bit of work, 3 bedrooms, you have your living room, but then downstairs.
Yeah, you have the 3 bedrooms and a dining room, which is rare in this type of a layout, and still a relatively big kitchen.
And the slider's nice, however, you do have to add a deck, which is a big cost. So
Yeah, and it looks like someone tried to add a deck by nailing it to the siding, which is, you know, it's never gonna work.
yeah.
So I'm not surprised there's no longer a deck. Maybe it was just an overhang or an awning or something.
Yeah.
We're brave enough to go down to the river, check it out. I mean, this is what sells it. You can see there's fishing posts and everything, so they have to have spots. Just watch your step. I mean, the steps aren't in terrible shape. They just need to be cleaned up a bit. Thorny. Watch out.
And we could also just do yard cleanup too. Sometimes when people get here, it's hard to look past all of this right here. So if we open it up clean it up. We could see the river more. You could easily get down these steps to the river. It would help.
Boy.
What?
Said, look at that bad boy. That's got to go. Well, the next homeowner will have a lot of firewood. So I wonder if there's it looks like kind of landing somewhere down there. I don't know if you've got the proper shoes to pull this one off.
I'll let you go down there.
That sounds good. I'll risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. It's definitely not an ideal spot to just hang out. So putting some work to have a deck or, just at least a cleared out area where you could hang out and have a fire pit. The fence, I'm wondering if it's ours or if this is maybe owned by the city or by the county. So maybe you can't do any of that type of work down here, but that'll be something that we look into. I mean, it's nice to have. It's obviously peaceful. You can be down here. There's access, but it's not super usable at the moment. So.
Now for the fun part. Should we go back upstairs and figure out?
Let's go check out the garage.
Okay.
So, I mean, you got collapsing retaining wall right there too. This is really your yard. That's what you got. So, but again, I mean, if this is your yard, you had a fire pit and you cleared that out, nice river views.
There's potential, but it's going to take work.
Yes, lots of work. That retaining wall is going to get bare. It's a slab poured over free-floating retaining wall.
Yeah, that is not safe at all.
The roof's newer. It's not the worst. A lot of yard cleanup. It's always a positive. Again, there's newer roof up top, so in here's nice snow heaving concrete. That's always a good thing that we like to see. Driveway leaves a little bit to be desired, as in a lot of it. So new asphalt driveway or 10 grand. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Let's go look at the front yard too. I mean, this whole thing just getting cleaned up. I don't know about, it already looks like they trimmed back some of this tree, but it's not great. And then having a actual front walkway. I don't know. So this makes more sense to me now, is why you have a dining room and a big kitchen and the bedrooms, and it looks like a maze downstairs, is this front area was an addition. But at some point, this is newer, because this isn't how they would have built it back then. And you can kind of see under there, you got some concrete work and weird stuff going on where there used to be regular stairs and they built a deck over it. See it?
Oh yeah.
Because it just doesn't line up. This isn't where the door should be.
So this is technically the front door though.
This is the front door. So one of them is the addition. Either this is the addition or that's the addition. But I mean, some of the big ticket items, roof's done, soffit fascia. Doesn't look like there's any water coming in from the walls, so drain tile, all of that we don't need to do. But I mean, you've got 20 grand in yard cleanup, and that's just to get it normal. That's not putting anything down there. You got some big trees that need to be pulled, new kitchen. You have to finish out that basement the right way and put that bathroom back in the right way. So, yeah, 40, 50, 60, I mean, 90, somewhere in there. 90, 95,000 to get this back up to full speed.
But that's also with a brand new kitchen, brand new baths, everything would be brand new. So it's really tough to say. Obviously the budget is high. However, some people don't prefer the white cabinets and the quartz countertops, and the kitchen is nice enough. It's usable. There's a living room, dining room, things like that. So
this would be good for viewers at home too. Post comments, what would you rather see? Would you rather see us do everything, pick out cabinets, pick out countertops, and have something clean and move in, or is this the type of project that someone would like to take on?
And just to piggyback on that, obviously if we do all the work, we do the big ticket items, we do kitchen, bath, everything in there, you know, top to bottom, the price is going to be higher. So if we listed it how it sits right now, we could take care of a few items. We could wait for feedback to see what the future buyers want and then take care of it. The price would be at a much lower price point.
Yeah, and that's kind of our company model. We like to just stay at that as affordable as possible, especially right now with, you know, where interest rates are, and you know, it's really difficult just to qualify. Even, you know, this is going to push well up into 500, 600 if we start doing all that kind of stuff. Does the neighborhood support it? Is that, I mean, that's a big mortgage payment versus take care of, you know, some of the bigger ticket items in 450, 430 range we could probably be in. So a lot more affordability. And then you pick off projects kind of as you go, once you get moved in. So
Yeah.
that's kind of, it's always the battle that we're trying to fight. We want to make it, you know, as nice and ready for the next person as possible, but we also don't want to make it just ridiculous and unaffordable. So
I think after walking through it and discussing, you know, price, big ticket items, I would like to put this on the market the way it is. Get the feedback. I mean, we can take care of any hazardous or safety issues or anything like that we'll take care of. We want it to be safe for the next buyer, but we can also get feedback from them.
Yeah.
So if they want us to fix something up or take care of it, we'd be willing to do that. But if we can put it on how we just thought, we'll clean it up, of course. So get rid of all the furniture, clean the house, just make it more presentable and then put it on the market. I think that's what I would like to do.
yeah, I think I agree. It's a big project. I mean, some of these big ones are fun because that's why we got into flipping, but they take so much time too. You really have to babysit the entire process when they're this large. And you know, it's got to almost be a passion project.
Yeah.
So there's someone out there that this will be a passion project for, and I think finding that right investor or that right someone who's looking in this area and wants to take on a project like that, to have the area, the river and everything, I think that's the right move.
Yeah.
So,
And then when you're in a higher price point, you know, you have more particular buyers. So you get in here, they think everything looks very presentable and nice, but there's that one thing that they're missing that they wanted and we didn't do. So that's what makes it tough as well.
No, again, in the comments, anything that you like to see, or if you have any recommendations, or maybe you've dealt with a project similar to this and you have some feedback for us, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah. And be sure to like and subscribe.